I am back, and I am doing the Robot Combat League Episode 2 review. Um, this is probably going to be a very long video, just to warn you, and I don't expect you to watch it one sitting. Pumped out a bunch of notes. This isn't for the episode, this is for other stuff. Um, I'm kind of mad that I'm doing it this late, because, well, one, because I'm going to be up till like 3 in the morning now. Two, I'm going to be talking, and I'm not going to want to talk at all for the rest of the night. Three, I wouldn't have to do this if it wasn't for my sister and school. Um, I can't watch the show at 10 o'clock at night, but my sister doesn't like the show, so I can't watch the recording. This is fucking bullshit. Let me just get right into the review. What I have here is the name of characters on it, because I forgot all about them except for Chris Jericho. And maybe Dave Ferrara. Those are the only ones I remembered. So I wrote out a list and I kind of have stuff about them, so I'm just going to say them. Um, hopefully maybe it will be done quicker than I thought it would be. So yeah, Chris Jericho's the host. I already knew that. Mark Set, and if I don't pronounce some of these names, why do they suck at reading? Mark Setverkan, I don't know, is the robot expert. He's the one that's made them. He's the one that pretty much has all the knowledge about them. Dave Ferraro is the commentator for every match. And then we have the teams. Team X consists of Andrew Montanez and Ross Mead. And I'm going to tell you a little bit of info about each character. Andrew Montanez is 27 years old. Her job is she's a martial arts ambassador. I don't know what that is. She is from Manali, New York, and right now she lives in Hollywood, California. And it gives her like a little background on her, and I want to tell you, and she is a professional mixed martial arts fighter, known as the Squid. And Andrew is proud to claim that the only job he's ever had have involved wrestling, fighting, and teaching martial arts. A veteran of 25 professional bouts, he was undefeated in 14 no-rules vowed Tudo contests, and in 2010 won the National Fight Championships middleweight title. He currently hosts the popular web show Mixed Martial Arts Surge, where he instructs fight fans on bone-crushing moves from disciplines including kickboxing, judo, karate, boxing, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Where he isn't teaching online, when he isn't teaching online, Andrew works at a fighting, I think that says choreographer and stuntman on Hollywood sets. He hasn't seen his parents in 2 years. I actually not know about them. But hopes that he'll be happy and proud. Hopes that his parents will be happy and proud when they see him competing on Robot Combat League, a fighter at heart. He's always looking for the win. So that's Andrew. Now let's get Ross Mead. So Ross Mead is also 27. He's from the USC Computer. Oh no, his job is the USC Computer Science PhD Research Fellow. I don't know what that is either. His hometown is Edwardsville, Illinois, and I guess he still lives there because he doesn't say where he is. And Ross is a star student at USC's Viterbi School of Engineering, and he's the super intelligent computer science PhD research fellow develops autonomous robots that understand and use body language and social interactions with people. Kind of interesting. Ross has been involved in robotics competitions since 2000 and has no problem butting heads with anyone he's cold, calculated, and will do whatever it takes to weigh the odds in his favor. Um, the proof is in the slew of first place finishes and rewards he's won in competitions across the country. When he isn't competing, Ross serves as a mentor to kids, teaching robotics to students in kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade, so senior year, um, all around the world. He has a great sense of humor and a very wealthy respect for the robotic community. Um, Watch's search in sociable robotic paves the way toward a world in which robots will work alongside and assist humans in their everyday lives. Dents, Los Angeles, California. I don't think Dents, Los Angeles, California is supposed to be there. Don't know why it's there. But yeah, Ross sounds like a nice guy. I like that he's teaching robotics to kindergartners and seniors, well, all the way up to seniors. Um, and I like his work. He seems like he could win. Well, actually, I can't really say that because probably most of you know that are watching this video already know. So I just want to do this because just to kind of remind myself and maybe you guys who haven't seen it. So that was Team Axe. Now we have Team Brimstone. I actually do like the guy that I'm about to say, Devonwick Johnston. I actually kind of like him. I was watching his fight. It was Team Brimstone versus I think Team Scorpio or Team. I don't remember what team it was. It's on my phone, but I remember it was actually a really good fight. He was very aggressive in that match. Well, fight. So yeah, he's 28 years old. His job is that he's an actor, a model, and he's a motivational speaker. He's from Turo, Texas, and he right now lives in Studio City, California. Now this guy actually has a big story, I think, and I think it goes all the way up to page 3. Well, his story is long. So yeah, be prepared. So he's a street thug turned all-star athlete. Devon Wick is now a model and motivational speaker. He was born in prison to a drug addict mother. This guy actually kind of breaks my heart. And he grew up homeless and lived on the street as a kid, but with the help of a classmate in football, he turned his life around. This kind of breaks my heart. Devon Wick played Division I football at Southern Methodist University, where he was an all-star linebacker. A career-ending injury, post-concussion syndrome, I think that's the injury, resulted in his using his good looks and charm to segue, I don't know what that says, way into the modeling world, doing runaway at New York Fashion Week for designers including John Barbados, Ralph Lauren, and Oscar de la Renta. I don't know who these guys are because I'm not into fashion. My sister might know who these guys are, but I doubt it. Devon Wick also acted in commercials, theatrical performances, and movies, and was a contestant on VH1's Kept starring Jerry Hall. I don't know what that is either. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is. Don't call me stupid though. And Devon Wick also found the non-profit organization Brothers by Choice. He currently tours the country talking to at-risk kids in hopes that his personal story will help them turn their lives around. Devon Wick doesn't tolerate drama or inconsistent personalities and has no problem voicing his opinion. I think when I get to it that he said that he has anger issues. Um, and I actually agree with it because in one of the fights, when the fight that he had in the second episode, he actually did get angry. So when the other team wouldn't stop punching him, so Uh, it kind of shows it. And I think his anger could probably cost him, but I actually think I like his background story the best so far, but we'll see where it goes. So his teammate is Russell Tate, and Russell Tate is 50 years old. His job is that he's a medical engineer and a software developer. He's from Brisbane, Australia, and right now he lives in Los Angeles, California. And he's a medic in it says as a medical design engineer, commercial driver, and scuba instructor who also has explosives trainings. Russell definitely has technically experience covered from an early career of underwater construction and heavy engineering. He has used computers for managing complex systems and now implements software solutions for some of the world's largest companies. That's okay. He is currently developing custom electronics and software security solutions for iPhones and iPads. That actually is kind of nice. My dad's girlfriend has an iPhone. My cousin Ryan too has an iPhone. Um, and he's developing security solutions. I think that means like it's gonna be harder to get into people's phones. I don't know exactly what that means. But maybe but it sounds kind of cool. And as a devoted family man, I yeah, Russell enjoys helping his children with software projects, which often includes. So that means he's a family man. Devoted kind of sounds like you're not a family man, but it includes building robots. So I actually like Priya. And he's quick on his feet and an excellent problem solver. If he believes that if you are not part of his solution, you are part of the problem. I actually kind of agree with that because there were some people that in my life that have caused more problems than solutions. And there are some people that have caused more solutions than problems. I usually go with the people that help um, make the solutions and not the problems. Um, but yeah, that's Team Brimstone right there. I think the Team Brimstone is actually great. I like Devon. What's his name? Devon Wick. Um, his background story makes me want to have him win this thing. So now we have Team Commander, and the people that are on is Jeffrey Fallon and Paulio Yunts. I know him off the top of my head because they were on this episode. And Jeffrey Fallon is 56 years old, and he's a National Guard helicopter pilot as his job. That's his job. He's from Kansas City, Missouri. I think that says Missouri. MO stands for Missouri, but I'm not really good at geography, so don't blame me. And then right now he lives in Los Angeles, California. Why does everyone in this show move to Los Angeles, California? I'm just saying. But Jeffrey's a National Guard helicopter pilot. And he's the third of four generations of his family to fight in the military. That's actually kind of interesting. And his father is a military hero and atomic veteran and former Navy diver, while his son is a full-time active duty U.S. specialist. Jeffrey's father took him to the shop when he was 8 years old and taught him how to grind and weld. Um, and he was bullied as a kid. Jeffrey joined the military in part to gain confidence, um, which is probably why everyone becomes like a UFC fighter, a WWE wrestler, TNA, because I hear that they were picked on as kids. So I know I don't usually talk about wrestling, but I just kind of had to bring that up because that's why a lot of people join wrestling. Um, what was I here? During his 30-year military career, Jeffrey was a Patch AH-64A instructor pilot. Sorry, I don't know what that means. He flew the first Apache helicopter for the Army's 1st Division into enemy-held Kuwait during Desert Storm and instructed and flew missions in Botswana for NATO. He is now a CW4, which stands for Chief Warrant Officer 4. Um, in the California Guard, flying UH-72A Bracos in missions supporting Homeland Defense. Oh my gosh. Although Jeffrey doesn't play video games, did they really need to tell me that? I wouldn't think a guy like him would play video games. He doesn't look like a video game player. He doesn't play video games. He builds his first computer in the early 80s and wrote games while working on cosmic ray telescopes at the University of New Hampshire. It's interesting. Jeffrey was a competitive fencer for 25 years, training under 10-time world champion Vladimir Nazaromov, and has competed in a dozen national championships. He has no nonsense and discipline, but would be the first to say he is not a hero. A hero is a ordinary and in extraordinary circumstances. I have just been lucky enough to have an extraordinary life, he says. So that was Jeff. I actually kind of like Jeff, but I still like Dave Onwick. Jeff's life kind of made me just kind of go, what? Kind of. Because, no offense, his life, like what I just read was very confusing. But, that's just the way life is, right? So, yeah, let me just get a drink, because I'm parched. I might go get another. Oh, there's another one over there. Man, I still have a bunch more to go. Okay, let's just get Polio Young started, and then I'll go to. Well, let me get the rest done, and maybe everything will be okay. So now we have Polio Yuntz. He is 33 years old, and his job is that he's NASA. Wow, this sucks. NASA robotics engineer. There we go. And he's from San Ramon, California, and now he lives in Pasadena, California. And Polio must just be the ultimate modern day Renaissance man. I don't know what a Renaissance is. I'm sorry. After securing a bachelor's in, well, I think a bachelor's is like the highest you can get in college. I think we had a conversation, but I think that's like the highest you can get in college, but I'm not exactly sure. In medical engineering from Cal Poly, and a master's in, oh, I think the master's actually is, in agricultural engineering for the University of Florida. I do agricultural stuff in high school. I can explain to you what that was before. I think he does like more of it, like makes farms and stuff. Polio went to work at NASA where he helped build the Mars rover. That's interesting. The Mars rover, if you don't know what that is, I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's like this little robot there that has a camera inside, and I think people can see what goes on in Mars. I think that might be what it is. He enjoys teaching and has taught about space exploration in Swahili at an orphanage in Tanzania. Sometimes I think I sound like Japanese. Tanzania, when I say these words. Lectured on astronomy to children in Costa Rica and Honduras, and organized robotics activities for a planetarium in Malaza, Malaza, I think that says. Polio is a registered EMT. He's treated patients in a remote medical clinic in Honduras. I think I actually said the word right. Um, he volunteers as a driver at the California Science Center, feeding sharks and helping out with the dive show. And as a hobby, digs up dinosaur bones for the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles, Dinosaur Institute. This guy actually is pretty interesting, to be honest with you. In his spare time, he has climbed Mount Kilimanjaro and rescued baby sea turtles in Costa Rica, and runs marathons and performs on a salsa dancing team. The more you get to know Polio, the more he surprises you. He actually surprised me now. I feel like I just met this guy, and he's pretty awesome. I actually like him more than Dee Von Rick. I think this guy has actually accomplished a lot, but Dee Von Rick, though, even though he was, like, in jail, I think with Dee Von Rick, though, he's actually accomplished a lot, though, and he learned from his mistakes, so I think that's what Dee Von Rick has for himself. So that was Team Commander. So now we have Team Crash. First we have Amber Schnitzel. And she is 24 years old. And her job is that she's a software engineer in Intel, at Intel. I don't know what Intel means. And she is from Portland or Oregon. I don't know. I don't know what OR means, but I think she still lives there though, because it doesn't say where she lives now. And Amanda is a young software engineer who was excited for the opportunity to team with her father in Robot Combat League. She and her father have always been close. He taught her electronics, and she grew up helping him on a variety of technical projects, mostly his robots. She is a classical pantatist that has been playing since 7 years old. I think that means that she plays the piano, but I'm not sure. Pianist. Pianist, yes, that. I just pronounced it right. Her life was thrown a curveball when she began to have kidney problems while attending college. I think I heard about this before. Ultimately, she had to have part of the kidney removed, but pressed on to earn her degree in computer science from Oregon State University. The experience taught her how to overcome serious obstacles and still achieve her goals, as well as how precious life can be. Amber is engaged and will be getting married next summer. I like Amber too. Um, and I think she could. Well, I can't really say whether they can win because I have only seen 2 episodes. But I think what Amber has for herself is I think that her father and her actually work good together as a team, so that could help them in this competition because they're always around each other. And I think they actually, like I think I said this before. I think if they didn't put her and her father on a team, if they had to put them on a team, so let's just say Amber lost and her father won, Amber would still get the money. But if it was the other way around, her father would still get the money. So that's my opinion right there. So now we have Dave Schinchel. This is her father. He is 55 years old. His job is that he's an engineering manager at Intel. I think that's where they work. And he's from Portland, Oregon as well, and he still lives there. Um, and the same thing as he's proud to be participating in Robot Combat League on her daughter. I mean his daughter Amber, and the duo are determined to let nothing stop them in the tournament. And Dave is an engineering manager at Intel Corporations with 29 years of hardware and software engineering experience. So that's probably why Dave could win this, is because of the experience. Um, he holds the two United States patents patents on engineering designs. Dave has been building robots as a hobby for over 10 years, and he is a recognized leader in hobby robotics, having penned several articles on robot hardware design and programming. He is the winner of the 2005 Seattle Robotics Robo Magdalene, I think that says Magdalene or I think that's what it says, competition, and it was honored with a 2010 Backyard Genius Award from Popular Mechanics magazine. It's pretty interesting. Um, Dave is also the designer and builder of Loki, a robot that can respond to human commands, find and pick up objects off the floor, has facial and object recognition, and several layers of artificial intelligence. That is awesome. Um, I wish I actually had robots. Like, I wish some of these people were in my family right now. Right now, I think I wish that either Polio or Devon was. Him, I would just want his robot. I would just take his robot. Um, and Loki is considered one of the most sophisticated, in quotes, hobby robots in the world. After Dave suffered from a bout with cancer that left him without full use of his voice, but he beat the illness and stands stronger today. Um, I like Dave's. I actually like all these stories. I don't think I like I think all these stories are actually nice. I think right now Devon though is kind of has the best story because he grew up with like I think he's the one that went from nothing to something right now. So that was team. I don't remember what team that was, to be honest with you. Let's see if I can find who it was. That was Team Crash. So now we have Team Drone Strike, and the first person that's here is C.J. Thornton. Reminds me of John Thornton from Call of the Wild, John Thornton kind of sounds like an epic name. C.J. Thornton, it's still kind of epic. Maybe she's related to John Thornton. Maybe that's how Arthur Miller, no, not Arthur Miller, whoever wrote that book, came up with the idea to the character John Thornton. And she is 29 years old. And her job is that she's a marketing consultant and a pro gamer. My friend Connor Sherman will like her because he's a gamer. And she's from Dearborn Heights, Missouri, I think that says, or Minnesota. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know what that stands for. And right now she lives in Oceanside, California. Why doesn't that surprise me? And in the gaming world, she is known as Starslay 3.0. Maybe Connor knows her. And CJ is one of the top 10 multi-genre gamers in the world, competing both locally and small-scale tournaments for fighting games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, and in large-scale competitions such as the World Cyber Games and the Iron Man of Gaming. Maybe Connor might not know her. Maybe she has Xbox Live. Maybe. I'm not exactly sure. She is currently recognized as the highest consistently top-ranking female Guitar Hero player in the world, placing top 3 in the US for Guitar Hero 3 and top 5 in the world for Guitar Hero World Tour. I think Guitar Hero is the game where you have the guitar, and you have to, and there's like these arrows that there's like these things that you have to hit, and if you don't hit them, and it like plays a song, but if you don't hit them, you're just screwed. Okay, you're screwed. I'm gonna have to go over there to get my Pepsi. I'm not gonna do it now. My ribs hurt, probably from talking so much. So where was I here? I think, oh, CJ picked up the first Nintendo controller when she was only about 4 years old, cutting her teeth on Mario Brothers, and began gaming competitively when she was 15 years old, turning it into a career in 2006. My parents say that you can't get a career in video games, and maybe I can read this to them and say that you can. And as one of the most recognizable names on a short list of top female gamers in the world, CJ has spent years fighting criticism and negatively to help raise the profile of women in the traditionally male-dominated industry. So I guess she wants to prove that girls can play video games too, which they can. Except my dad's girlfriend can't really play them. Well, I guess if you gave her the right games, maybe she could. But I just always give her like a wrestling game, and she always sucks at it. It's fun. I get to beat the hell out of her at it. I'll actually replace her in a match maybe one time. And I'll do it in WWE 12. No, I'll do it in WWE 13 because I'm boss at that game. Why am I talking about wrestling? CJ, and I think she also sucked at other games like Black Ops. I'm not the best at it, but I think once I start playing it, I can do it. What else can I play? I can play other games if I gave them the chance. Like I don't even know. But there are other games I can play. But CJ is actively involved in gaming-related charity auctions and raising money for organizations including Starlight Children's Foundation and Child's Play. I don't think it's talking about the Chucky franchise. I think it's an actual foundation. You should. I think. Yeah, but if I have to warn you though, Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, don't watch them. They're awful. Maybe when I review it, I'll tell you how awful it is. Maybe. And CJ was a contestant on the first season of Sci-Fi's WCJ Ultimate Gamer Competition Series. That was probably a game. I probably saw it though. Maybe when SmackDown like was wrestling on TV, and I watch it. Maybe it was on an ad, and maybe I've seen it flipping through the channels. But you know what? I've never heard of it before. For those of you that have, good job. I'm not really impressed with CJ's life, kind of, because it's like, I don't mind the stuff that she's done, but it's kind of like playing video games. In my career, I kind of want to do, like I said though, I do play a lot of video games. But I want to do something more in my career than just sit in a chair and play video games all day. I actually want to get out and do stuff. And maybe with this horticulture thing, maybe I can do that. So let's get this next guy, and if I pronounce your name wrong, I am sorry. By the way, these guys have Twitters, but I don't want to say what they are because they might not want it to be given away. I have a feeling that on Sci-Fi they gave it away, but maybe they didn't want it there. So I just kind of want to do that respect. It's not like, and they don't really know me. So Vazul. So if I pronounce your name wrong, I'm sorry. Vazul Fuzzabo. Weird name. He is I don't even know if it's a boy or girl to be honest, but he or she is 30 years old. That he or she works job is to be a systems engineer. This person, I'm going to say now, lives in Torrance, California, and right now it lives in Carlson, California. What is this obsession with people in California? Um, can you just tell me? Because I read these and all of them live in California. California. They all go to California. Why do they want to go to California? Beats me. But in a mere 8 years, Sir Lancan born Basul earned 4 degrees from University of California, Irvine, a bachelor's in physics and a bachelor's, master's, and PhD in aerospace engineering. I'm surprised my head hasn't exploded from all the big words in here. He is now a systems engineer at a company that specializes in defense and aerospace systems. Wow, that's awesome. I just kind of zoned out right there. Fazul is a volunteer with. Oh, by the way, he's a boy. Fazul is a volunteer with First for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, a program that aims to inspire students in the science and technology fields and is gearing up for the upcoming regional competition with his team, the Vertevan Bots. Team hashtag or number, I don't know, number 4201 or 201, whatever. Um, yay, yay, yay. I don't understand this. In his downtime, Fazul enjoys role-play, playing, and strategy games, ranging from StarCraft and Diablo to League of Legends and Civilization, reading sci-fi / fantasy books, and traveling with his wife. This is long. This is annoying. I'm not gonna waste my time because this will be 37. I'm not gonna stop it though because this will be like over 30 minutes. I won't get back. The only thing that I could really understand about this guy was he's a boy and he's competing with stuff, and yeah, it's just there's a lot of big words here. But yeah, that's Clone Strike, I think it was his name, right? Clone Strike. Yeah, it was Drone Strike. So that's Drone Strike for you. We have a gamer and we have a person that's his name I can't say. We probably will be talking about them again. Oh, by the way, I actually didn't. So the next team is called Game Over. And when I think of Game Over, I actually think of, what I actually think of is, every time, as in every Saw movie, it ends with someone saying game over. So that's what I was thinking about. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about. And the first person's name is Kesha Howard. Yay, woohoo, Kesha. Like the person that sings, like the back door, we don't need a key, stuff like that. I don't really care. It's Kesha. I'm just gonna go like this. Just sit like this. Cause I want to lay down. I don't want to go like that. Hopefully I didn't knock anything over. So yeah, let's just get to work. Well, not really. So Kesha's 28 years old. She is the founder of Sugar Gamers and Professional Nerd. I actually can't believe it says that on here. It's kind of mean. Hi, Nerd. And she's from Chicago, Illinois, and still lives there. And she's a gamer, gaming and geek culture enthusiast. I have a feeling that CJ and Kesha probably met before Robot Combat League. Kesha owns her own company, Sugar Gamers, which advocates for women who share interests in gaming. CGI had to have met her before. Geek culture and technology. Growing up closely with three brothers, Kesha freely admits that she's a tomboy. If you don't know what a tomboy is, it's a girl that acts like a boy, which I always thought was a lesbian, but I guess it's, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. They just call it. They like to call it that, just because. I think a tomboy though. I think lesbians and tomboys are similar. They have their differences. I think tomboys do like other guys. They just want to act like guys, and if that's what they grew up around. You know what I'm saying? By the way, my ear's not gone. You just can't see it. I'm sorry. I just have to bring some excitement into this. Look how much I still have left. It's 1:30 in the fucking morning. It's awesome. I'm not even halfway done. Should have done this tomorrow. So let's get where was I? So I was that tomboy who always found herself fighting for credibility. Yeah. Now she considers herself to be a superhero and hopes to positively encourage young women. Okay. Hi, Wonder Woman. Hi. Kesha craves real-life adventures and enjoys traveling, hiking, and exploring the unknown. That actually is interesting, to be honest with you. I would do that, but usually when you go to explore the unknown, I hear that people like die. So, yeah. And she is a driven, tough as nails competitor who wants to bring cool to the geek world. That actually is possible, because I'm kind of geeky, but I'm kind of cool at the same time. People don't really think I'm cool though. You kind of do, I hear it, but probably just saying that to make me feel better, but I think I'm cool. I don't know what that is, and I have other friends. Now a teammate is Annika O'Brien. Some of these names, these are names I would see on one of my math problems. Annika O'Brien went to buy 5 chocolate balls, and she wants to buy 3 more. How many would she have if she bought 3 more? Just like, honestly. By the way, that proves it right there. I'm not going to be a math teacher anytime soon. So I think it's a she. I'm assuming that that's a she. She's 32. Her job is that she's a robotics engineer. Her hometown is in Stockholm, Sweden, and of course she moved to Los Angeles, California. What is your obsession with California? Tell me. Annika was just 8 years old when she started tinkering with electronics and programming in BASIC on a Commodore 64 activities that set the stage for her to found the LA Robotics Club, a 1,000-member strong organization that she runs with pride. Wow. Those were a lot of words. See, maybe I should have watched the show, but I actually kind of like this show, you know what I'm saying? It's interesting, but Sci-Fi has kind of ruined it for me. Sci-Fi.com, I hate you. Annika counts Isaac Asimov as one of her heroes because he wrote about robotics in a way that most people could not have conceived of back in the 1950s. I don't know I think that conceived means understand. I don't really know. I've never read the book, so I can't really judge it. Annika's biggest inspiration in life inventor Nikolai Tesla and her mother, and aeronaut nautical engineer who taught young Annika to pursue her dreams regardless of a bunch more to go. Her gender. I don't know why that couldn't fit on the page. Although Annika was a very broad knowledge of robotics, her main focus is on building autonomous vehicles. Autonomous vehicles, small-scale humanoid robots, open source microcontroller projects, and a telepresence robot. She feels I think it says kinship with robots and humanoids and feels sad when she sees a beaten up robot. I guess it kind of makes sense because she loves robots, but kind of weird that she feels sad like that. So that was remember, it was game over. Game over, like the Saw people. Now we have Team Medieval, and we have John Peel. He's 26 years old. His job is that he's a personal celebrity trainer. He's from Scottsdale, Arizona, and he right now lives in Los Angeles, California. Why doesn't that surprise me? This one isn't actually long, thank goodness. The high school All-American football player and three-time All-State player received a full football scholarship at the University of Utah. While playing football for the UTs, he battled through years of injuries that wound up putting an end to a promising football career. Now John is a fitness model and celebrity personal trainer. Although he's left the gridiron behind, John continues to be an intense competitor and revels in competition of all kinds. Revels in competition of all times. Thank goodness that wasn't long. That's all I'm going to say. Heather Knight, she's 28 years old. She's the owner of Marlin Mon Robots Labs. She's from Lexington, Massachusetts. I've probably never met her before. Finally, she now lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I think that says, / Brooklyn, New York. Finally, someone that's not obsessed with California. That just makes me happy right there. It wasn't enough for Heather to receive a bachelor's and master's degree from MIT in electrical engineering and computer science. She's now pursuing a PhD from the Robotics Institute, a Carnegie Mellon University. When she isn't doing doctoral research, Heather runs Marlin Mon Robot Labs in New York City, which creates social responsive entertainment robots, and she is the founder and producer of New York City's Robot Film Festival and Cyborg Cabaret. Heather, an only child, excels in individual sports and is considered to be a rock star in the robotics world. She is introduced on the 2011 Forbes, I think that says Forbes, I don't know what that says, list for 30 under 30 in science for her work in creative interactive theater using robotics. Wow. There's still a lot more left. So let's just continue this. Now we have Team Robohammer. I think of like a rubber hammer when I hear that. We have Amanda Lucas, I think that says, and she is 31 years old. Her job is that she's a professional MMA fighter. She's from San Francisco, California, and she actually left California this time and went to Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you. Thank you for being, no, thank you, Amanda, and thank you, Heather, for not just going to California. So, Amanda Lucas is the daughter of the legendary George Lucas and Academy Award-winning writer Marcia Lucas. Amanda has found her own success as a professional champion, mixed martial arts champion fighter. She regains as the women's open weight champion for the Japan-based MMA organization, Deep. Why did it say Deep? Did I put that there? I don't know if Deep's supposed to be there. Amanda specializes in a variety of fighting disciplines that require strength, agility, and conditioning, including Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, and sparring. Amanda's passion for MMA fighting started when she began training with her husband, a big MMA fan for exercise. She quickly got hooked into the discipline as well and discovered she really loved the sport. Her future goals include continuing her training to ultimately work towards a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. She already has a purple belt. Given her MMA experience, Robot Combat League felt like a neutral fit for Amanda. She describes being on the show as a surreal, once-in-a-lifetime experience. Um, and now we have a partner. It's Sola Naderi. Um, he's 30 years old. Um, his job is that he's the UCSD Outreach Director and founder of MyLab program. And of course, and his and he's from Del Mar, California, and he still lives there today. Um, and he earned a degree in electrical engineering from the UCSD Jacobs School of Engineering and currently works at the university's Carlit II Research Institute. In her engineer, oh, it's a girl. Oh, it's a boy. Um, oh well. She conceived the. Oh, what does conceived mean then? I'm embarrassed now. She conceived the MyLab program to provide an environment where kids and undergraduates could informally gain hands-on practical engineering experience while having fun. The first time she offered basic robotics and programming, she conducted outreach to low-income communities to diversity. She pipelined for STEM and was shocked to learn the low level of science they were being taught in schools. She then realized MyLab program's true mission to provide engineering-based projects where undergraduates and underrepresented youth work together to innovate. Oh, wow. Surrey also teaches summer school courses on campus and
inspiring youth to pursue STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, fields based on her passion, intellect, and ability to inspire and show kids how cool STEM really is. I don't like you. Oh, she's not done yet. Wow. What else do you have to say? Sarah worked with over 400 kids a year. Her first group of kids came from the town and country village learning center, and if you abbreviate it, it's TCLC. To inspire this population on many levels, Sarah turned to the National Society of Black Engineers (NSBE) for support, and well, that's the abbreviation for that, but for support, and is now the advisor for TCLC's Junior NSBE. Sarah was invited to speak at, I don't know if that's supposed to say TEDx or TEDx, San Diego in 2011 to share her efforts to inspire passions in engineering and I think that's just diverse dive into the STEM or the STM fields. I don't like her. I just had to do all that reading. And then there's a bullet point right after it. Don't know why that's there. But next we have Team Scorpio. I think that's the team that fought Team Commando in the episode. Um, Team Scorpio. It consists of Diana Yang, and she's 26 years old, and her job is that she. I don't think this is that she's like a student. I think at a college. Although that's all it says. It just says student, and she's from Taiwan and Irvine, California, and she right now lives in Irvine, California. Diana is a firecracker personality with a kind heart. She was born in San Antonio, Texas, and raised in Taiwan until the age of 10. Her family moved to Orange Country community of Irvine, um, California, where she lived until 18 when she moved to Miami, Florida to pursue a career in real estate. After the housing market crashed, Diana moved back to Irvine and is now working towards her BS. If you don't get that, BS stands for bullshit. Um, in industrial design. After her graduation this March, Diana plans to move to Hong Kong to pursue her dream of opening her own design firm, specialist in everything from home, I think it says decor or decor, I'm not sure, to furniture. Growing up, Diana says she was an ugly duckling, and that's in quotation marks. And not knowing the English language, she was bullied. Um, don't know why people like to bully people just because they can't speak English. It's funny to hear them mad, but still, it's just kind of you're just kind of being an asshole if you do stuff like that. She is a true fighter and persevered and continued to believe in herself. Diana would never be underestimated. She also has a passion for kickboxing and credits the sport for keeping her calm and collected. She's actually not that bad. I actually kind of like her. We have Chris Hardowin, and he's 33 years old. His job is that he's a toy engineer at Mattel, and he's from New Orleans, Los Angeles, and of course he has to move to Topanga, California. California. And then it says for him, they say you can't stay a kid forever, but Chris Hardowin doesn't agree. Born and raised in New Orleans, this Mattel toy engineer will forever be young at heart. Though he earned his master's for Carnegie Mellon University. Chris retains a childlike innocence and is one of the most genuine and likable people on Robot Combat League. Chris is fiercely loyal, especially to his wonderful family, and would come to a friend's aid at 3 in the morning. Let's see. Maybe it could get me to stop this video at 3 in the morning, because right now it's 1:45 and 49 and well, now it's 1:50 in the morning. You serious? How long have I been at this? Yeah, it's not that. Feels like I've been up here for 2 hours. If he was asked though, he has to be asked. Yeah, yeah. But don't let his friendliness fool you. Chris is also determined to win the competition and hopes to start his own robotics company in the future, preferably in his hometown of New Orleans. It's actually kind of nice. So now we have Team Cyclone. And the person that's in is Biano Kamana. Biano Kamana. Kamana. She's 32 years old. Or he, I don't know yet. I think it's a he. I'm assuming that it's a she. I just cracked my shoulder, by the way. And she's an Olympic athlete slash coach. She's from Houston, Texas, and of course she has to move to Oakland, California. Take a moment, son. Yes, I'm almost done. The paper just feels so much lighter now. If there's only one thing Biano knows, it's competition. The Houston-raised athlete is a two-time Olympian. It actually is a boy. He represents Panama at the He represented Panama at the 2004 Athens and 2008 Bajan Olympic Games, and the current South American 400-meter hurdles record holder. At Baylor University, he was a four-time NCAA champion and a 12-time NCAA All-American athlete. Nowadays, Biano coaches teams at an Oakland high school and is a literary junkie. He is a huge fan of robotics and doesn't let anything stand in his way, whereas when there's a prize on the line, that's when the fierce competitor comes out. And his partner is Dr. George Kirkman. I thought that said Dr. Gordon first, that's all I'm going to say. He's 52 years old. He is the owner of Rollin' Robots, which I don't think that means like robots actually roll around. And he's from Green Lawn, New York. And of course, he right now lives in Palos Verdes Estate, California. And George calls himself the Doctor of Robots for good reason. So I guess that's why he's called Doctor. I thought he was like an actual doctor. And after graduating from Georgia Institute of Technology, he got a PhD in electrical engineering from University of Southern California, and is now the owner and operator of Rollin Technology. Through building their own robots and battling them in a robot arena, George lives by the motto, never panic, no matter what the situation is, and likes to be in full control of life surroundings. So what I think is that Team Cyclone, I think it said, the Team Cyclone. Team Cyclone can win it since George is familiar with fighting in robots in the ring. He could have won it, but I'm not exactly sure. Man, I'm tired. Now we have Team Thunderskull. So now we have Heather Williams, and she is 30 years old, and her she is a race car driver, relator, and contractor. just want to take a nap. So then, she's from Atlanta, Georgia, and she still lives there. So she didn't go to California, thank you. And she is fearless. She's a race car driver and was the first female to participate in the X Games FMX event. I think my grandfather would know about that because he watches the race car races, and she enjoys business adventures. Heather is a relator and owns a contracting company, and she's broken over 21 bones in her body, but she doesn't let obstacles stand in her way. And if that isn't enough, she sings and plays guitar in her own rock band. I actually did not know that about her. I didn't say it in the episode. Um, in her extra time, she has given a project called RockinSoldier.com, where she puts together care packages to send to deployed soldiers. It's actually interesting. And her southern charm is disarming, but she is also competitive and driven, determined to win. I actually think that's pretty interesting, to be honest with you. I can't lie. Um, Now we have Brandon Lewis, and he's 32 years old, and he's an entrepreneur, and he's from Austin, Texas, and of course he had to come move to Venus, California. Why not, right? And Brandon is a self-taught IT guru who began taking apart computers and playing with electronic components at the age of 10 when his father enrolled at the college to pursue electrical engineering. This is when computer games, and computer components became some of his favorite toys. Brandon started his first business at the age of 20 in Austin, Texas, producing videos for organizations and events. He then worked for Dell Computer for nearly 4 years, selling computers to the U.S. Air Force. Brandon launched Nerd Alert IT Specialist when he was 30. The company provides IT services to small businesses and home consumers. Brandon's other business ventures include Sports Champion, a startup fantasy sport game, and Lewis. Oh, two more pages after this. Okay. Designs, which manufactures high-end and stylish laptop bags. Brandon is also involved in his local business community and is a committee leader for the LAX Chamber of Commerce. Additionally, Brandon has worked with the series Extreme Makeover Home Edition on ABC, where he works on several projects, including integrating technology for the visual and hearing impaired in homes, designing a high-tech interactive runway for aspiring models, and designing a I think that says karaoke stage for a family with 5 special needs children. And in his spare time, Brandon tinkered with basic electronics to build his own security system. That's actually interesting. Um, Brandon is an avid traveler and loves to experience different cultures and to meet new people. I don't mind meeting new people, but I'm just kind of nervous about it because I don't know if they're going to be mean or if they're going to be nice. He is fun-loving and is especially good at perfectly timed one letter. I don't know what that means. I think this is the last one. This is the last one. Then I gotta do the what the world tell you about the robots at the end of the episode. So at least this is done. So Steampunk, it has Ashley Mary Nunes, and she is 29 years old. She is a superhero. It says that she's a superhero. What the hell is that supposed to mean? And it says that she's a that she's from Valcavo, California, and she now lives in West Hollywood, California. This ex-beauty queen turned horror and comic book junkie and single mother of one is the Robot Comic League Darwin. To make ends meet, she poses a Wonder Woman on Hollywood BLVD for tourists. Ashley is sweet, driven, and underestimated by others. Her drive to make a better life for her son, Justice Lee, is heartwarming. Ashley attended California State University, state list on a track and field scholarship, where she studied psychology. Her son was an infant when she completed her bachelor's, and she still managed to make the dean's list. Ashley was, this is the last page, always been a fighter, and she wanted to put the spirit to the test on the Robot Combat League. Last person, Kyle Samuelson. He's 21 years old, and he's the robotics mentor. And he's from Los Alamitos, California, and he still lives there. He is the youngest competitor in the competition. Is fierce. He's gifted and likable with a very strong sense of humor, and is a great artist and drawer. Kyle has been interested in science, technology, engineering, and especially art ever since a very young age. Kyle works with Math-Robotics, an after-school program that teaches robotics to kids interested in the field so they can learn more about the technology. Kyle says he would like to rule the world one day, but that is just one of his many goals. That actually is funny right there. I think rule the moon maybe means that he wants to be the president of the United States. He was thrilled to have the opportunity to work with and control the very complicated and sophisticated machines on Robot Combat League, and described the experience as educational and powerful. So these are done. Don't have to look at these no more. See you later. I think I'll still keep these though. I'm just gonna done with those now. So now I'm gonna tell you about the robots. I don't feel like moving though, so let me see if I can just do it from here. I have to get up and do it. Of course I'd have to get up and do this. Okay. So I'm gonna go out of this full screen. Hopefully it doesn't take forever. So I'm going to tell you about the actual robot of Axe. Axe's head is shaped like an axe. That's probably why it's called Axe. With two holes on either side of the blade, through which a camera can be mounted to capture the action during combat. The head gives Axe an additional function in weapon combat. Its strength is that this robot uses its axe head to smash other robots in the face. Its heavy armor protects during close range attacks. But everyone has a weakness, and its weakness is that it's the same heavy armor restricts range of motion and ground speed. And it has like speed. So its speed's 5, its strength is 7, and its endurance is 8. I don't know if it's going on like a scale from 1 to 10, but that's what it looks like to me. So now let's get to the next robot. The next robot's Brimstone. And its steel and leather are the materials of choice for Brimstone. The all-important brain/computer is housed inside a triple
thick hammer finished dome that is 3 times tougher and heavier than the armor of any robot. The gleaming gloves and thug boots are made of the same heavy and alloy for speed and agility. His arms and legs are protected by tough leather armor. And his strength is the smooth surfaces of the robots are made to deflect attacks by causing them to glide off the armor. But his weakness is that its caused midsection allows opponents to open gaps and possibly damage internal mechanisms. Its speed is 10, its strength is 7, and its endurance is 6, so it doesn't have a strong endurance. The next one is Commando. From Battlefield Black Ops to the fighting arena, Commando is a mechanized infantry of the future. This heavy armored trooper is rigged for combat, featuring tank tread feet for extra traction on floors slick with the oil bowl of its opponents. The head panes and tilts on a servo-actuated neck mechanism and includes a helmet cam similar to those used by the U.S. military. And its strength is that Commander has great overall protection and strength. Its weakness is that its extra armor and packs limits Commander's speed and range of motion. So its speed is 5, its strength is 10, and its endurance is 8. So let's do the next one. The next one is Crash. Crash's shock-mounted roll cage can absorb high impact attacks. Its armor is lighter but still offers good protection. Light and fast, the robot is all ready for rough action. Its strength is that its unique roller cage design and smoke titanium panels reduces the weight of the armor while offering good protection. Its weakness is that its roller cage restricts range of motion and making Crash more prone to attacks. Its speed is 7, its strength is 5, and its endurance is 10. By the way, where am I on this, by the way? I think I can, scroll up. Let's see where I am. 5 of 2. Oh, okay, it's going to be a while. Alright, so now we have Drone Strike. Based on bleeding edge military hardware, Drone Strike features stainless steel armor, limited with ballistic nylon and a digital camera pattern. The midsection includes shock suspended armor bands that completely encircle the critical valve and host assembles. The large multiplication head turret pans and tilts, and the barrel weapons and devastating to opponents. Its strength is that with a strong center of gravity, Drone Strike has great balance and is extremely difficult to knock down. That's actually a strength. Its weaknesses is that some of the armor features create mobility issues. I think that means that it can't move. Its speed is 6, its strength is 9, and its endurance is 10. I mean, not 10, its endurance is 8. Now we have Game Over, which they want to rip off Saw again. The skin of Game Over is built using steel that has been welded together. In addition, Game Over features a 24 video monitor embedded in the upper torso. Why did you do that? Why are you doing that? Okay, stop that. Okay. Okay, stop that. Stop it. Why are you doing that? Stop scrolling down. Stop being gay. Okay, let's see. Video monitor and bound in the upper torso. The screen is protected by a clear Lexan panel, and the wall bars are steel. Let me see if I can scroll up again. Strengths. Heavy armor offers good protection and is designed to allow for an excellent range of motion and good mobile for attacks. Its weaknesses is that opponents with high degrees of accuracy can attack open gaps and destroy internal mechanisms. Stitch. Welding is not terribly strong and can be blown open. Its speed is 6, its strength is 9, and its endurance is 8. Okay, we have 5 more to go. Medieval. Medieval is made from steel with chain maul and metal crest. The steel is finished with a distressed, battle-tested look. Strengths is that this robot has great overall protection and strength. Weaknesses is that it's strong, heavy, and armor limits speed and range of motion. And its speed is 6, its strength is 8, and its endurance is 8. So that's a pretty good robot right there. Robohammer's lawn. So Robohammer is made from welded steel and reclaimed parts, unlike that of many of the other machines. Robohammer's skin includes hoses and other visual medical structures that add depth to its frame. And its strength is that its lightweight body armor allows Robohammer to move freely and fire off attacks with lightning speed. Its weaknesses is that the light armor leaves the robot open and vulnerable to attacks. Its speed's 8, its strength is 8, and its endurance is 6. Alright. Now what, 9? Nothing's even popping up, I'm sorry. So I'll just talk. Scorpio is built from fiberglass, his body shells, and aluminum, his knuckles and body/limb spikes. The spikes are firmly fixed to the robot's skeleton, much like the many actual insects that have spike-like hairs growing from their exoskeleton to protect them from their environment. Scorpio's spikes are designed to deflect its enemies below. Its strengths is that its unique hooks offer protection and allow this robot to use its entire body as a weapon. Its weaknesses is that its lightweight armor makes robot more prone to attacks. Its speed is 9, its strength is 8, and its endurance is 5. Two more. Right after this, it's going to be 2 more. Steampunk. Steampunk, despite his 19th century inspirations, is very much ready for the modern era of mechanized fighting. Although more cruel constructed than its current era counterparts, Steampunk's oversized shell will help it withstand attacks to any part of its body. Its strength is that it's possibly the most versatility robot. Steampunk can endure attack to any part of the body. Its weaknesses is that its heavy armor slows Steampunk's rate of attack. So its speed is 5, its strength is 7, and its endurance is 10. Whoa. Steel Cyclone. Steel Cyclone is sleek and deadly. The shell is 18 slash gout steel with a high quality automotive finish. The circular head houses a camera and high intensity light that scans side to side. The low profile head makes Steel Cyclone the shortest of the fighting robots at just over 70 feet tall. Its strength is that it's sleek and light. The robot is fast and deadly, with a dynamic range of motion for increased attack poses. Also, without an exposed head, it is more difficult for opposition robots to land attacks. Its weakness is that it must use speed and strategy to overcome a stronger adversary. Its speed is 9, its strength is 6, and its endurance is 5. And this is the last one. Next is Thunderskull. Thunderskull has a clear, resigned dome that covers his skull, which moves around with a life of its own. Its strength is that his tight body, fitting armor, offers great protection from attacks. Its weakness is even with a titanium glass dome, he's got a vulnerable upper body and head. The sink, the skin for Thunderskull is built using steel that has been stitched, welded together, which makes the individual steel plates more likely to split or break apart during combat. Its speed is 5, its strength is 9, and its endurance is 8. Okay, that's done and over with. Oh wow, I was doing that for a while. So now I'm going to review the actual show, for those of you that will still be watching it by then. I think though that you guys will watch it more than one sitting. You're just not going to abandon me. So let me go get my phone. Where is my phone? Where is my phone? I don't want to just waste my time and do nothing. Oh fuck, I just lost my phone. Okay, guys, I can't find my phone. Where do I put it? Don't know where I put my phone. Okay, that's oh, here it is. Alright guys, I'm just gonna come grab a soda. Nah, I'm not gonna drink that because I'm not gonna finish it, so I'll just... Alright, so now I'm finally gonna give you the review of the actual second episode. That was long, so hopefully the second episode could be a little bit shorter. So, it shows you what happened in the first episode with the Shinsos beating, I forget who they beat, but they beat someone. Then it shows team commanders pre-fighting, training, and people, and it's just them punching and stuff. People are picking Team Commander to beat Team Scorpio because it has a better robot, and that's what, and Chris Hohen said that. Jeffrey Fallon, like I've already kind of said this, is a helicopter pilot for the National Guard and a fencer. Paulio Yuntz built many robots for NASA. One of them was called Curiosity. I don't think I said that. Mark Sedokarian said that he's expecting a strategy strategic fighting style and Team Commander will complement each other very well. Then it shows Team Scorpio's pre-fighting training, and Chris Heroin, or whatever his name is, said that he was worried about making the robot move very quickly because that's their advantage. And the number one, Diana Yang said that. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna lay back down. By the way, Diana Yang said that. Let me see if I can get you close to my face. No, I'm gonna fall. No, I'm not. So Diana Yang said that the number one strategy is to push the opponent to the edge so they can't move left to right, which makes sense because if they can't move, then they can't really defend themselves. Scorpio has weapons that others don't. Who said this? Oh. Brandon Lewis said that Scorpio has weapons that other robots don't have because of the knowledge he thinks Team Commander will win. Chris Helwin thinks that making toys for a living is fun, and he went to the University of County, Maryland to study robotics, and that's how he got into toys. I kind of already said that. Diana is a full-time student studying industry design, said that as well. Let's see, who said this? What does anybody say? Mark Sedgwick said that it takes notice of the forms of the Scorpio, and on paper, Team Scorpio wouldn't work well together because Chris is the toy geek and Diana is the student geek who loves fashion, is the college student who loves fashion, so you could see that wouldn't really work. But they are able to master the robot quickly, and it proves that they can work together. Team Commander is always Russell Tate said that Team Commander is always strategizing even when they're not around their robot. So I can delete this. And I can agree with that because it's good to strategize for the fights. So then we get Team Commander versus Team Scorpio. I actually did, before I actually get to I actually did like this fight. Very hard hitting. In one of the moments, I think this was before the fight, Chris Helwin said that Team Commander's tough, organized, and effective, and he thinks that they will be a force to be reckoned with, and Dave Shinso said that. In the early part of the match, Team Scorpio, I think, weakens Team Commander's arm, so vital fluid starts to come out of it, so that was awesome. And so they have to go repair it, and it takes them a while to repair it. Let's see. Chris Jericho said that it's an upset that Team Commander was losing since they had the strategy coming into the match, and I agree with him. And then the fight ends when Team Scorpio Commander's robot just breaks, and they end up having to go home, which was awesome. I thought that was awesome. So then we're gonna get Team Brimstone versus Team Thunderskull later on. And we get Team Brimstone's pre-fighting training. It talks about how Russell Tate's 55 years old, the oldest person there, so he thinks he has the most experience, and he works with the computers of robots. So I thought that was cool. Steve Onwick, I'm just gonna sum up his end. He takes martial arts to keep him relaxed because he was angry about his life. He talks about how he was born in prison, didn't have his parents growing up, and he was one of those street thugs because he was. But he didn't say this. He was class president, homecoming kid, and he did get a scholarship to play football in the SCMU. And then it kind of talks about everything I just said. But I just thought that some of that stuff wasn't there. Then Team Thunderskull's pre-fighting training. It talks about everything that Heather's done with riding motorcycles, but there was one thing that she says where it wasn't there, and she says that she always feels like that if she isn't hurt while she's doing something, that she's not trying hard enough.
Um, and Brandon's an IT guy. He wants to be a tech because he can see and react to things in the real world. He didn't finish college. Also started his own business at 21 and received an award for the most outstanding IT business. We get Team Thunderskull versus Team Brimstone. In the beginning, Team Brimstone just dominates them, and then at the end, Team Brimstone and um, Team Thunderskull starts punching away at each other. So they both just start punching, and then the fight ends. But Team Thunderskull doesn't stop, so that kind of gets Steve Onwick's anger issues to get out there. And what ends up happening is Devon Team Brimstone wins by disqualification, which makes sense because she was supposed to stop. So that was episode 2. I actually did like the episode. I will be back, I hope, next week. I hope I don't have to like sit there and do this long video again. If I do, that's when I'm gonna save those papers. I'm just gonna be like, here you go. Yeah, but it was interesting to read about those guys and about those robots. But it was just a long video, and now I started at like 12, and it's now 2:25 in the morning. It's almost 2:30 in the morning, and it took me an hour, and it says right here, it took me an hour, 36 minutes, and 35 seconds and counting to make this video. Longest video on this channel. Less than 1444, longest one there was 4 hours and something minutes. To be honest with you, it's just like, my sister doesn't like the show, so it's not like I can watch it every week. At least the reason why Toy Story got up so fast is because my sister actually likes it. And my mom always wants to keep her happy, so because she's like the princess in the family. It's just the way it is. Um, but I'm gonna try to get that up there as soon as I can. Hopefully within like a month. I mean, hopefully with next week. Because I don't think I'm gonna be at my mom's like the rest of the week. But that's pretty much it, guys. I'm probably just gonna go to bed. I'll upload this when I wake up in the morning but you know what? It's probably gonna take a while for me to upload, so maybe I'll start uploading it now, and so it's up there. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later.